Alright, let's move on to my NES collection. I just recently got them all in alphabetical order, and I separated the licensed games by the non-licensed and all the reproduction cards that I have. So we will start with my licensed games. And as we go through, I'll just kind of point out some of the better games I like, some of the more rare games. I need a label upgrade on this one. This is Attack of the Killer Tomatoes. Got that from a friend a while back. Just recently picked up Bandit Kings. Needed that for a while. Found that at a good deal at the Game On Expo. Now I have two copies of this Bases Loaded. This one here looks like it needs to be cleaned. Yeah. But as you can see, it says Jalico like that. And this is just another copy, but it says Jalico in a different way. So I'm not sure what the difference is. I mean, honestly, this looks like it's probably an older copy, just because this one's got like the symbol and everything, and it looks a little bit cleaner overall, but I'm not 100% sure which one came out first or when they started doing that. And that's one of the couple games that Jalico put out that for the spine label they didn't put the name of the game. It just says Jalico, so you have to kind of guess what it is. Got Battletoads. Love Battletoads. Very hard game. Battletoads Double Dragon. That took me a while to get. I got a good deal on that one too, luckily. Got the Blades of Steel. This is the red border edition. Still need the silver one. I see it all the time. It's really easy to get. I just haven't thought of picking it up. At some point, I'll snag it. Got the Bombermans. We got the Bonk's Adventure. It's another game that's kind of just keeps going up in price. I mean, you can just for what this costs, you can buy a TurboGrafx 16, Bonk 1, and Bonk 2, and probably a couple other games. It's just ridiculous the amount of money that's worth. Got the Bubble Bobbles Part 2. That's hard to get. Bucky O'Hare. I've had this for a while. I think I paid like 20 bucks for it. Now all of a sudden it's everybody wants it. Alright, and this game here, very underrated in my opinion. Bugs Bunny's Birthday Blowout. I love this game. I believe it's a really good platformer. I used to rent this a lot as a kid at our movie place, our local movie place. Casino Kid 2, I picked that up recently too. That's really hard to come by. You don't even see them on eBay that often. Got the Castlevania games. Gotta have them. Chippendale. Rescue Rangers. We got Rescue Rangers 2 right there. Chubby Cherub. Again, another Jalico, however you say it. This is City Connection. So again, I don't know why they didn't just put City Connection on that side, but I'm sure there's a reason behind it. I don't know if they just wanted to promote their brand or if that's, you know, just the way they did things then. Alright, we got Contra Force. Another really great game right here. Conquest of the Crystal Palace. Awesome, awesome game. I do recommend it. If you haven't tried it and you like platformers, that is a exceptional platformer for the NES. Cowboy Kid, another game, just kind of, you know, decided to take a huge leap in value. It's very hard to find. Chrysalis, another fantastic game. If you haven't played that and you like RPG style games, very good. That's an action RPG as well. Darkwing Duck. That's a good game. Another game I'd like to play, I haven't played this yet, Defenders of Dynatron City. It just looks cool, and it's a Lucasfilms game. I have not tried it yet. Alright, second row. Got all the Donkey Kongs. I do own all the black box games, so I do have them all in here. There's all the Donkey Kongs that you can get. Regular, Junior, Math, and 3. All the Double Dragons. Dragon Fighter. This is another game, just kind of came out of nowhere. This was a fairly easy to get game. back in the day, or at least, you know, price-wise it wasn't, but now it's not easy to come by. Got the Dragon Warriors, DuckTales 1 and 2, great games. Dungeons and Dragons games. Gotta have your Final Fantasy. Just acquired this game off of a Facebook group I'm in. A not easy game to come by anymore. If you like puzzle games, that's a really good puzzle game. I got all the Fisher-Price games. I have one Flintstones, and of course I still need Surprise at Dinosaur Peak. It's on my list of one of the few games I need for the system. I was hoping to pick it up at the Game On Expo, but nobody had it there. I saw a Nintendo World Championship cartridge. I saw a Stadium Events and some other games, but there was no Flintstones. I saw a boxed little Samson, but no Flintstones. So it's kind of strange. The value on the Flintstones has gone down, and little Samson has shot you know, well above it by $400+ in value, and it's still really hard to come by. Gargoyle's Quest 2. This is one of the 3 Tengen games that was actually licensed by Atari. I mean, this is one of the 3 Tengen games that was actually licensed by Nintendo. Tengen is owned by Atari. They created that label. Ghost Lion. This game's actually a fairly good RPG. It just has one of the strangest covers. Some girl dressed up in like 80s workout clothing and a white lion. Got the G.I. Joes. Had a buddy pick this, the original G.I. Joe up for me at a gaming convention he went to, so that was awesome. Got the Godzillas. Gradius. Gotta have Gradius. Excellent game. Gyromite, another one of the black box games. All the Ikari Warriors. I've only played the first one. I haven't played those yet. Jackie Chan's Action Kung Fu. That's a good game. Got Jetsons. Karnov. This is one of my favorite games. This game is so much fun. If you haven't played it, play it. Most people have seen it and played it. But if you haven't, I recommend it. Alright, third row. Now here's a game you don't see that often anymore. And again, it's another one of those games out of nowhere started just jumping in price. And it's actually a really good game. This was actually supposed to be a Mickey Mouse game. And they ended up turning it to Kid Clown. I don't know exactly why. I'm sure you can look that up and find out. But yeah. Cryon Conquest. Actually a fairly good game. This is a Mega Man ripoff. I mean, 100% a Mega Man ripoff. It even has the purple outline to make it look like it's made by Capcom, but it's not. This is Vic Tokai. Some Zeldas. I got the Gray Link cart there too. Little Nemo the Dream Master, one of my all-time favorite games. I just recently, well, it hasn't been real recent, but my buddy PINO, get a chance to check out his channel, Pixel PINO. I had him over and we were going through the games. I popped this in the system and showed it to him, and he thought it looked really cool, and he ended up getting the game and beating it. This is a tough game to beat, so kudos for that. And then there's Little Samson. And if you want to see how I acquired this, it is in one of my older videos, my Arizona game hunting videos. I'll go ahead and throw that in a link if you're interested to see how I acquired this game. Got the Lolos. Magician. I kind of want to play this. I haven't played that yet. I recently acquired this, but I don't know much about it. Alright, well, I got the Mega Mans. I've had at least Mega Man 1 through 4 for a majority of the time that they've been out. I acquired 5 and 6 probably 2-3 years ago. Metal Gear. This is my original copy. Really enjoyed this game. Found out about this game through a comic book You know, I was really big into comics, and they would always advertise for video games and toys for the kids, you know. And they had this one page that showed nothing but all the items you could pick up in the game. And I was like, you can get all these items? I mean, for back then, it blew your mind that this game had all this cool stuff that you could get. So, and I think that's the main reason I ended up getting it. Metal Storm, another really great game. Got both versions of the Metroid. Same game, just changed the label up later, in a later printing. Mighty Final Fight, another really great game. And of course, Mike Tyson's Punch-Out. Who doesn't love Mike Tyson's Punch-Out? That's a very well put together game. That game is amazing. Every character in the game, very memorable. Alright, we got the Ninja Gaidens. Got both the Nabunugos now. And we got Panic Restaurant, another excellent game. I do recommend you play it if you get a chance to. Hopefully, you know, just get it on a ROM or something, just so you can experience the game. It's a very well put together game. It's awesome. It's a really good platformer. Power Blade, fantastic game. This game's kind of going up in value right now. I would buy it if you're interested in platformers. This is a really good one. I think it's around $30. Might have gone up, but it's a fantastic game. I would definitely get it before it goes up in value. And Power Blade 2, another one of those games that's just worth money because it was made towards the end of the life of the NES. The RC Prom, here's RBI Baseball. This is another one of the Tengen games that was licensed by Nintendo. There's one other licensed by Nintendo game, and I don't have it, and that's Pac-Man. I just haven't thought about picking it up. Alright, next row. Got RC Pro-Am 2 right there. River City Ransom, fantastic beat 'em up. Got the Robocops, and they're alright. Sesame Street games. Shadow and the Ninja, that's a pretty cool game. Gotta love the Simpsons games. I really like Bart vs. the Space Mutants. Alright, and then Skate or Die. I really enjoyed that game back in the day. Not a whole lot of different courses that you can play, but overall it was fun. Snake's Revenge, the sequel to Metal Gear. Not the greatest game, unfortunately. Got Snow Bros, that's another really good game. Super C, the sequel to Contra, great game. Got all the different versions of Mario. They released the Black Box Mario and the one everybody knows, the Mario Duck Hunt combination. And this here is the Mario World Class Track Meet and Duck Hunt compilation. Mario 2 and 3. Another game out of nowhere, just shot up in price hugely. Swordmaster. I still have yet to play that game. TNC Surf Designs, fantastic game, really. There's not a whole lot going on in it. I mean, there's a surfing level and then there's skateboarding. But I really enjoyed the skateboarding. I got pretty good at the surfing, but the skateboarding was a little bit more challenging, and I was able to get through a couple of the courses. Got all the Turtles games. The original, the arcade game, that one's good. Manhattan Project's good. Tournament Fighters, the only fighting game on the system. So we got Tecmo Baseball, Bowl, all the Tecmo games right there. I believe I have them all. Still need Terminator 1. Can't find it. Got Terminator 2. That's extremely easy to find, but I have yet to find a Terminator 1 out there. Tiny Toon games. Got your Top Guns. Those aren't bad. Total Recall. Horrible game. I remember renting that as a kid, and there's this one part. You walk in. You fight the blonde girl from the movie, and as you're trying to leave, the bad guy comes in and he just starts shooting up the place, and he doesn't stop, and you just can't get out. You're kind of screwed. I'm sure there's a way around it. I never figured it out, but since that day, I have hated that game. never. I actually recently got this game so I could have it for my collection. I just never really cared for it. Got the Ultimas there. Right, here's the last row of games. Uninvited, Urban Champion, another one of the black box games there. Wayne's World, another kind of hard to get game. It was printed on this and the Super Nintendo. Super Nintendo version, obviously, it's going to be a lot easier to come by. Wampum. Widget. Who remembers Widget the World Watcher cartoon? That was a pretty good cartoon. Willow, actually a really good game. It's kind of a Zelda clone. Got the Wizardries. Yo Noid. Who remembers the commercials with Noid for Domino's Pizza? Alright, and then Zombie Nation, another really good shoot 'em up. Alright, so that's it for my loose license game. These ones here all the way to here, these are my Tengen cartridges. These are all unlicensed games, and I do have every one of them from Afterburner all the way to Vindication, or Vindicators. And the hardest one to get out of here is going to be this Tetris. It's actually different than the Tetris that is licensed. And of course we have Klax. For those of you who watched my last hunting video, won't forget Klax. Alright, next, got Chiller. Pretty interesting light gun game. Got Death Race, Shockwave, and then to the blue cartridges here, got Baby Boomer, Bible Adventures, Captain Comic, Challenge of the Dragon, Crystal Mines, Galactic Crusader, and Master Chew and the Drunken Hue. And we got Menace Beach. That's a hard to get game right there. Got that from Mr. Retro Remix Nation when he decided to go just licensed games and stopped collecting the non-licensed. Got Raid 2020, Metal Fighter, Exterminator, Silent Assault, and Tag and Dragon. And then here's the black cartridges. Now, a lot of these are just made by a company called Color Dreams, and some of them are made by Bunch Games, and they all kind of used these cartridges back then. Got Deathbots. Yeah, these ones actually have end labels so you can see them. Impossible Mission. This one you can't really see because it's already black. This is my Maxi 15. So pretty much the Maxi 15 is a collection of, yeah, all the American video games, which a lot of these American ones, like this one here, American Video Entertainment, it's a collection of all those. Mermaids of Atlantis, I got that one recently. Alright, here's my ones that didn't have end labels. Bible Buffet, another one I got from my buddy Mr. NES Guy. Alright, so these are probably a lot of the Bible games. Yeah, Exodus, Joshua, King of Kings, Operation Secret Storm, and Spiritual Warfare. So Secret Storm's the only one that's not a Bible game. And this guy right here, this is the Caltron 6-in-1. This is probably the most rare non-licensed game that I have. Not an easy one to come by. I found this at Fallout Games down in Phoenix. Alright, now we're going to... these are all the ones made by Comerica. And all these silver, mostly gold, some are silver. See there. Now all these Comerica ones had a little switch down there, so if you popped it in, you're having problems with the game loading up properly, you would just switch it to a different position to kind of get around that blockout switch in the NES. So yeah, nothing in these are very special. There's some of these that I really thought was amazing. Ultimate Stuntman. That game's not horrible. Okay, now we're getting to my Reproduction cartridges. Got 8-Bit Christmas. They put out one of these almost every year, and they're pretty cool. They got little LEDs in here, so when you plug it in, they light up and twinkle and all that stuff. So it looks good in a top loader. Adventure Island 4. This is a game we did not get here, so it's kind of cool to get a playable version if you don't have a Famicom. Battle Kid. Apparently they made a second one of this. This is, I don't know. This was made by somebody else. It's kind of Mega Man-ish. Castlevania 2 Redaction. This is pretty much Simon's Quest reconfigured to make it a playable game without using a guide. Holy Diver, another game that we didn't get. Really fun platformer. Got this from Retro Remix Nation for my birthday. Homebrew World Championship. And I haven't had a chance to play this yet. I guess this just kind of plays out like a championship game, or like NWC, but with homebrew games. Ice Mario. This is just a Mario game with just ice levels, I'm assuming. I've only been able to play through a couple levels. It gets pretty rough. Got Kid Dracula. We didn't get Kid Dracula for the NES. They got it for the Famicom, so someone made a cartridge for us. Mr. Gimmick, same thing. We didn't get that here. Rekka, really cool shooter game. Retro Championship, I got this at the first Game On. Had it signed right there by John, Gamester 81. And on the back we got Pat, NES Punk, Norm, Gaming Historian, Billy, and Jay from the Game Chasers. We got Splatterhouse that we didn't get here. Super Mario Bros. 2 Christmas. And Sweet Home. Okay, so here are my box NES games. Starting off, I do have these in alphabetical order. 3D World Runner, we got Adventure Island 3. That's a good game. Back to the Future, Baseball, Base Wars. Really enjoyed this game as a kid. Robotic Baseball League, where you can actually fight for the bases. So even if they try to strike you out, you have a chance to beat them and get the base. Box Simon's Quest, Dracula's Curse, Cheetah-Man: The Lost Levels. Now what this is, the guy who owns Active Enterprises made these. It's supposed to be the complete Cheetah-Man game, because you could never get through the game originally because it would stop playing after a specific boss. So this is the whole game unlocked. I've seen people try to sell this at local game stores and whatnot for like $200 to $300. Don't fall for that. You can buy this off of the Active Enterprises website, and they sell it for $100. But it's complete. It's brand new, and that's the cheapest you'll be able to find it. Because everybody else, I don't know if they think it's an original or what they think, or if they just go off of an eBay price. But if you go to the website and that's something you want to own, I would just purchase it there. Caveman games, we got Chip 'n Dale 2. Found that for a good deal at one of my favorite game shops. We got Destiny of an Emperor, Dig Dug 2, Dragon Warrior 4, Duck Hunt, another black box game. Dino Wars, Faria, another good game. So has a Babbage's price tag on it. That's kind of funny. Built to Win, Final Fantasy, Hatris, Karate Kid, King of Kings. We got Zelda's box. This one here is in like immaculate condition. I'm trying to find a Link that's in better condition. This one's kind of beat up, as you can see. It's got little rips on it and whatnot. The cartridge inside is really clean, but I'd like to get a better box at some point. Legacy of the Wizard, another good game. It's very easy to come by. It's very cheap. I think I bought this in the box for under 10 bucks. Lolo Jew Remote Control. Now, if you're older like me, you'll remember this actual show. It was literally one of the very first shows that MTV ever played that wasn't just a music video. And you would, if you haven't played this game before, you would just pick a channel and it was based on something, most of it music based, or just based off of movies or TV. And you would guess, and the winner would get to go sit down in this chair, and he'd have like 15 music videos in front of him, and he'd have to guess who sang the song and the name of the song within like whatever time allot they were amounted to do it in. Master Chew. We got Mega Man and Mushroom Kingdom. Pretty cool little repro cart. Play as Mega Man and everything in the back. You can see there, it looks like you're in Mario 3. Metal Gear. This one's pretty much brand new. It still has the wrapper on it. This is my original copy. Got Nar Cubert Quattro Adventure. Comerica game. Have a box Tengen Pac-Man. Another black box game, Pinball. Got Pirates. Now this is just a box. I think I got this from one of those monthly boxes that you can get to your house, like Arcade Block or whatnot. So I just threw it in one of these and put it in there. It's pretty cool. Snake's Revenge. 7-Up spot. Got the Marios. These are my originals from when they first released. We got Swordmaster. I pieced this one together. I got a pretty good deal on it. If you watch my previous videos, there's one where I picked this up. The box anyways. I ended up getting the cartridge later. Turtles 1, Turtles 2. Ultimate Stunt Driver. The extremely easy to get Vegas Dreams. You can probably pick that up in the box for like $2. Nobody wants it. They're everywhere. I'm pretty sure I have an extra copy sitting here somewhere. Venice Beach Volleyball. We got Carmen Sandiego. This is complete with the book, the big book and everything. We got Willow. Wizards and Warriors. This is Yonoid. Found this at local Goodwill. RoboCop, and this was a rental at one of our old local rental stores called Video City. I used to go there all the time. Massive, massive store. Looks like this was another rental I picked up, but it wasn't from one of my local stores. And we got a box stack up I picked up a while back. And then we got these 4 Ninja Turtle games I picked up online through Pack and Sack Dave. Now what he did, he made individual turtle games based off of each character, and they play like the old arcade game. I haven't really messed with them much, but I've just pretty much based that off of what I've seen on the back. So I'm sure they're fun. One day I will pop these in and play them. And that's it for my NES collection.